In our last video, we took a stroll through Gülhane Park, but right inside this park lies a truly fascinating place, the Museum of the History of Science and Technology in Islam. The museum opened in 2008, and its concept was developed by the famous historian of Islamic science, Professor Dr. Fuat Sezgin. Before exploring the exhibitions, visitors can watch a 12-minute introductory video that explains the golden age of Islamic science and its enormous influence on world civilization. It all started around the 8th century, centered in Baghdad at the famous House of Wisdom. Scholars did more than translate ancient global texts. They questioned and tested them, laying the foundation for the modern scientific method. By the 9th century, scholars like Al-Khwarizmi revolutionized world mathematics by introducing algebra and establishing standard Hindu-Arabic numeral notation. Concurrently, master astronomers refined the celestial astrolabe, designing robust medieval instruments to compute star paths, navigation routes, and geographical directions with absolute precision. In the 11th century, Ibn al-Haytham used camera obscura experiments to prove light enters the eye, birthing experimental physics. Meanwhile, Ibn Sina codified the entire world's medical knowledge in the canon of medicine.
In the 12th century, practical science transformed into engineering wizardry under Al-Jazari, who revolutionized machinery by introducing gears, crankshafts, and water-powered automata. The 13th century Mariga Observatory charted massive planetary systems, designing mathematical models later utilized during the European Copernican Revolution. Navigators systematically charted oceanic maps and sophisticated weather matrix tables, bridging the physical networks of the Indian and Atlantic Oceans. By the 15th century, the rigorous scientific methods tested across Islamic academies passed directly into global standard education, setting off the Renaissance.
Now, let's step into the first room. Here, you can see highly accurate replicas of instruments used in the most important observatories of the Islamic world. For example, there's an equatorium, an advanced analog computing device. Next to it, you can find an astrolabe. Another impressive exhibit is the celestial globe, a detailed spherical model of the sky used to visualize the positions of stars and planets. You can also see models of water wheels and hydraulic pumps, demonstrating sophisticated knowledge of hydrodynamics and mechanics, essential for irrigation and water supply. Overall, the Astronomy Hall presents a collection of precision instruments used in famous observatories, such as the Mariga Observatory, which played a key role in the development of mathematical astronomy.
Next, we enter the clock technology section. Here you can see horizontal sundials, as well as some of the earliest traditional sun clocks. The model of the water clock from Fez is a striking, advanced mechanism that accurately measured time using flowing water. You can also observe the transition from complex hydraulic clocks to more compact mechanical devices. Among the exhibits is a candle clock with a calendar, which measured time by the rate of burning wax. Another interesting model is the Arab dhow ship, representing the remarkable achievements of Arab navigators in the 15th century in maritime geography and early cartography. Nearby, you can see maritime compasses and the luster clock of the astronomer Ali ibn Yunus. In general, the Clock Technology Hall demonstrates how Islamic scientists and engineers advanced timekeeping, from simple sundials to sophisticated automatic mechanisms. Next, we move into the War Technology Hall. Here, you can see a variety of impressive reconstructions. The rocket of Laghari Hassan Chalabi, ceramic projectiles used in early forms of chemical warfare, a fire pot, and a biological grenade, models of medieval siege engines, a counterweight trebuchet, a model of the 14th century Arab armored battering ram, a reconstruction of a medieval defensive tower,
The next hall is dedicated to medical science. Here you can find a medical measuring device designed by Al-Jazari, obstetric instruments from the medieval Islamic medical tradition, a reconstruction of a device used for setting and aligning bones or joints, a collection of surgical instruments used by medieval physicians, tools used by ear, nose, throat specialists, and early dentists. These exhibits highlight the advanced medical knowledge that flourished in Islamic hospitals, universities, and research centers.
We leave the medicine section, walk downstairs, and enter the minerals hall. This gallery highlights the achievements of Islamic scholars in mining and metallurgy from the 9th to the 16th century. Here, you can see display cases filled with different minerals. Under some of the samples, you'll find labels with their names written in several languages. Next, we continue to the physics hall. In this room, you can see a model of a technical device, likely a furnace or a distillation unit, as well as the scales of wisdom and an aerometer used to measure the density of liquids. There are also miniature models of an Ottoman water pump and a historic water pumping station, showing how advanced hydraulic engineering was in the Islamic world. We leave the physics hall and continue to the mathematics and geometry section. This gallery presents several remarkable scientific instruments, including Al-Kuhi's perfect compass, Kutbeldin al-Shirazi's two-level measuring device, hydrostatic scales, and al-Biruni's circle dividing instrument. Now we walk toward the architecture and city planning section. Here, you can explore detailed models of famous architectural masterpieces, such as the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, also known as the Blue Mosque, the Princess Turan Hospital, the Salimieh Mosque in Edirne, the Kalawan Hospital in Cairo, the Great Mosque of Cordoba, also known as La Mesquita, and the Shahzadi Mosque in Istanbul. Next, we enter the hall dedicated to chemistry and optics. In this room, you will find a setup for studying light and vision, showcases filled with various glass vessels and laboratory equipment, a glass-making or melting furnace, and a traditional distillation apparatus. We then move on to the section connected to geography. Here, you can see Al-Idrisi's world map, al-Biruni's latitude measuring instrument, and reproductions of famous maps from the works of the Ottoman admiral and cartographer Piri Reis. This section showcases the advanced state of Islamic geography and cartography through models of the world, precise navigational charts, and instruments. This is the final hall of the museum. At the end, there is a small gift shop where visitors can purchase souvenirs. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next videos as we continue our journey around Istanbul.